give us your general view of the state of Africa's energy poverty and the implications.
Yeah. Maybe we, in poverty itself.
Yeah.
Is has been like a topic or a theorized aspect, which may take some, because I always based on like highlighting some key things to understand a situation on its own.
Okay.
Poverty can be relative, or poverty can be based on a peculiar situation, if I can say. For us, Africa, the energy poverty, the energy poverty has been there to some extent, but relatively, the energy poverty is increasing, because you define poverty as limitations or lack of access, or lack of something, like lack of access to energy is clearly a poverty. But energy may be there, and energy may not even be there. So it's still like poverty. Or you may have energy, but in very limited ways. So it remains poverty. So for us, with increasing population, and with limited source of energy, and with limited ways of distribution of energy, the situation is there, and the poverty is increasing. Let's say how this continent has been facing significant, the demography, the increasing demography. So with the needs, let's say we are also accessing technology, and we have needs to industrialize our nations. There is no way something is decreasing. So the status is that the African energy poverty is increasing. So let's say some about like in the 2000s and in 2022, if you compare the Africa energy access among populations, like around 600 million, probably around the half of billion population, they were not having access to energy in Africa. And most of them, I don't know where Nigeria belongs to Sub-Sahara, right? 98% belongs to Sub-Saharan Africa. So the situation of energy poverty is so catastrophic. And something needs to be done about it.
Yes, something needs to be done. See, one thing, and this is why I mentioned before that I don't see myself as a victim, because for me, because I believe that regardless of what any external entity does to us, or does in Africa, if our leaders' governance is doing the right things, most of our struggles right now will be half. Now I'll ask you, you came from Rwanda. Tell me, do you live in Kigali?
Yeah, I live in Kigali sometimes, but I'm from a village.
Yeah. Well, you live in Kigali.
Yeah, I live in Kigali.
So tell me, when do you guys have electricity shut down in Kigali?
I think it's not often. It's not
Okay.
often.
Okay. So you guys have constant electricity in Kigali. Okay.
Sure, I have a constant electricity.
Okay, good, good. See,
yeah.
In Nigeria, for example, while I was there, I've been out of Nigeria now for 17 years. While I was there, I own a generator in my flat. In my father's house, he had 2 or 3 generators. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now he's retired, and because of the inflation and lack of fuel, petrol, diesel, and the cost, he cannot afford to buy fuel for his generators. And the electricity coming from the grid is not available. So he's an old man, he's 79, in his house, okay, alone, because my mom passed on 10 years ago. So he in his house, no lights, he can't watch TV. See, yeah, I'm just using myself and my father.
Yeah,
okay,
I
but
know.
That's what every other Nigerian is going through. The majority of us. Okay. Now, hold on. Sorry, I'm coming. Look at South Africa.
Yeah.
I was in South Africa in 2007. I was there for nearly 4 months. Okay. I was on a project back then. Okay. South Africa, I was in a Sandton, okay, a suburb of a Joburg. The light was constant. Today, in the last 2 years, I've been hearing a lot of things about the erratic power supply in South Africa. Okay, so yes, we have difficulties with energy in Africa, but we have, I think most of that problem is caused by governance. Look at Rwanda. You guys have more sustainable energy in Rwanda than Nigeria, than South Africa. Nigeria and South Africa have more resources than Rwanda by far. Yet Rwanda is moving forward is moving forward in the right direction. So it's about government, it's about leadership and all that. Okay. Yeah. So see, we need our leaders to do the right things to make sure our problem with our energy, which is the main thing holding us back as a continent, will be resolved. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I know you wanted to say something. Yeah.
Yeah. What I want to say is, from your testimony, I came from Nigeria to Rwanda for 2 weeks, around 3 weeks holiday. So I was transitioning to Rwanda, going to see my research collaborator here in America. And what you said is true, because we were having some constant power interruption in Nigeria. So I came to Rwanda, which is true. For 3 weeks, I have never had the power cuts.
Okay.
So and when I ask myself the question, why Nigeria having gas, having everything, even the sun, they have the sun and other things. So like the issue has been the management and the leadership.
Yeah.
So the way they manage the power grid, the installation in place, is quite different from the technical management of the of the installation in Rwanda, I have seen that very, like a very remarkable difference. And the way you think of supplying or giving access to your population, the way those sides think or practice is different. So you are very right to say that the leadership and the management have a very big impact to fight against energy poverty. Remember, as I said, energy poverty is not like a lack of energy source or other thing. It's maybe based on how people are able to afford them. Those things depends on how the leadership is able to formulate commercial policies to allow population to access or to afford electricity. So, and the way you manage your installations and other things also matters in terms of leadership and management. So,
well, for me, a few things have happened in Nigeria, for example, in the last 2 months. One, the state, Abia State, recently launched a power station in the state, and the city of Aba now has constant power. That's one. Is very, very, very important. I hope other states will copy that and do the same. And then I think just last week, Dangote refinery just went online. Okay, so that means more affordable petroleum and diesel will come online, and then with the less need of foreign exchange to import fuel, the Nigerian naira will rise in value, and then the inflation will be less. So those things are happening, and I'm happy it's happening. But see, Nigeria has been flaring gas for decades. I mean, decades. For more than 40 years.
That has been a huge loss.
Yeah, huge loss. See, without gas alone, we could have powered the whole country.
Yeah.
The whole country. We could have powered the whole country.
Yes.
For 40 years.
Yeah.
So with these things, when I see these things, it makes me sad, because it tells me our leaders were not, they were not adequate in the way they thought about things, you know? Yeah. So I hope we will do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.